Hey everybody, what is up and welcome to Rock Gamer, and it's Customs of the Week time, and man, this is the most songs I've covered in a week. We almost have like 10 or 11 songs, and what a great week it is. The first song is from a C3 release. This is Queen of the Reich by Queensryche. We've had a ton of customs from these guys, including 2 full albums, and this is easily the best drum song of the week. Very challenging. There's a lot of fun fills. There's also a double bass version of this song, what you're seeing is a single bass version. Blast on drums. It's also really fun on guitar, but really difficult on guitar as well. The bass is also quite challenging, but I found the guitar a little more fun. Let's go into our next song of the week. Song of the week is from Bryan Adams. This is the song Run to You. Now, we've had Summer of '69 in Lego Rockband, but this is another great Bryan Adams tune. This is definitely on the easier side of things. It's sort of like Say It Ain't So by Weezer. It's really easy, but it's really fun on all instruments. And this is definitely one of my favorite songs from Grand Theft Auto Vice City as well. Definitely recommend you guys check this out. Let's go into our next song of the week. Next band is Kings of Leon with the song You Somebody. And now the author who did this did like another 8 Kings of Leon songs. So if you guys are a big fan of the band, go check out the link in the description box below, and you guys can check out those other customs. They're also full band expert, and they're actually all difficulties. And this is a great song on drums. It's very crash and snare heavy on the beats, but then there's some really difficult fills like you see here. And you know, the bass is not that good. It's probably pretty weak. The guitar is decent. It can get a bit repetitive at times, but this is definitely a song for drummers and vocalists for sure. The harmonies are really, really good. Let's go into our next song of the week. Our next song is from the same band, Kings of Leon. This is their other hit single, Notion. And this one is pretty weak on drums. It's a pretty standard rock beat. You'll be playing a lot of, you know, hi-hat and snare, and then like ride and snare with a couple of crashes thrown in. But it's a really fun song to sing on vocals, and a really simple but fun song on guitar too. I had a really great time with this song. The bass is not that good. It can get a little repetitive. It's very heavy on the green notes for sure. Let's go into our next song of the week. Next song is from the band Van Halen. This is the song Right Now from the Sammy Hagar era. And I gotta say, for a Van Halen song, this is pretty weak on guitar. Like, the guitar is hard to hear in the mix. There's not much going on. There's a fun little solo towards the end of the song, but it lasts like 10 seconds. The bass is actually more enjoyable. The drums are so much fun in the song. The first half uses a lot of the same fills, but then the second half is a lot more enjoyable, throws more stuff that's different your way. The vocals, of course, are also another highlight of the song. Let's go on to our next song of the week. This is the Blind Faith song, Can't Find My Way Home. This is a classic rock song. It's, you know, pretty boring on drums for sure. You play like a bunch of snare rolls, and then there's like an occasional crash thrown in. The guitar is really where this song shines. It's not the most difficult on guitar, but there's a lot of nice little, you know, hammer-ons and pull-offs. The bass, not a whole lot going on. The vocals, unfortunately, are not properly charted. They're just talkies. But I think if you're a guitar player, you're definitely going to enjoy this song. Let's go into our next song of the week. One of my favorite songs to come out this week is the John Mellencamp song R.O.C.K. in the USA. It's a really easy song, but you know, on the guitar and you know, on drums, it's varied enough that I actually had a lot of fun with this song. Even though it's simple, it sort of reminded me, like I said, of Weezer, Say It Ain't So. It's simple, but you know, especially the guitar is probably the best part of the song. The vocals, unfortunately, are just talkies and there's no harmonies. This song sorely needs harmonies. Hopefully it gets the full C3 treatment down the road, but if you guys are a John Mellencamp fan, definitely check out this song. Let's go into our next song of the week. Our next band is a returning band. It's Pearl Jam with the song Go from their second album. And I have to say, this is probably the hardest, or maybe up there with Queensryche, as one of the hardest full band songs. This song kicked my butt on guitar. I was just so fast, you know, really tricky hammer-ons and pull-offs. Even the bass was really hard. The bass is a little repetitive, a lot of the same, you know, riff you play over and over again, but it was hard to master for me, which shows how good of a bass player I am. The drums were so much fun, but man, the bass pedal pattern I had such a hard time trying to figure out. Let's go into our next song of the week. Our next band is the Airborne Toxic Event. This is the song Gasoline, and this is another great full band song. The drums, you know, take a standard rock beat, and then they throw like this extra snare hit in that actually changes things up and adds some sort of variety to the song. And you play like mostly on the snare and hi-hat and then on the ride and snare, but I had a lot of fun on. Very upbeat kind of song. The bass is on the easier side, and the guitar has some really fun chords and chord changes as well. Let's go into our next song of the week. Next song is from a band that I've always wanted in Rockband, and we've had some DLC, but this song was sorely missing. This is the Hell Song by Sum 41, and this song is Really on the harder side on all instruments, I would say. The drums are really fast. It's very, punk rock kind of beat, similar to what you play in Blink-182 songs. It's also similar to the drums in Still Waiting, which we also had released from Sum 41. The guitar is really difficult. Some really hard chord changes I found, and a lot of three finger chords. The bass was definitely the most boring instrument, and unfortunately the vocals are just talkies. Final song of the week. We finally made it to our final song. This is Foo Fighters' Alone, Easy Target. Now, the guy who charted this, he did like 6 or 7 other songs from the Foo Fighters debut album. So you guys are Foo Fighters fans, go check out those songs. There's some really solid songs, but I just want to highlight one song because there was too many songs to play this week. But go check out the rest of the Foo Fighters song. Hopefully we see some more Foo Fighters songs from that guy, but this is a great song on vocals. It's got some nice harmonies on it too. The drums are, they're pretty standard Foo Fighters, but there's some fun little fills in there. The guitar is on the easier side, but still enjoyable because there's some nice varied chords. The bass is decent. It's probably the weakest instrument, I would say. It can feel a little repetitive at times, but I want to thank you guys for watching. And if you guys want to stay up to date on the latest Rock Band 4 Guitar Hero Live and Amplitude news, be sure to click the subscribe button. Take care.